Now, the story behind this chippy, about 6 years ago, a gentleman took it over. I believe it was a chippy before that, but it was apparently struggling a little bit. So the gentleman who took it over decided that he wanted to have a business, wanted to be a self-employed business, and he wanted a takeaway. Now, he wasn't particularly keen on fish and chips at the time. I know that sounds strange, but that's what a little write-up I read says. So that's a bit of a strange one. No doubt, I'm sure he must like fish and chips now. But all the same, they've extended. It was a corner shop, and just recently they made a restaurant. They've taken over the shop next door, the restaurant upstairs, and it's quite a big place. There's a bar in one section, only a small bar. You can have a beer, you can sit there on a stool, have a portion of chips maybe, and some fish, or just a portion of chips and a couple of beers as a group, and get chatting. So it's nicely set out. It's and the area itself in Prestwich here. There's a can on the floor there. There's been so many different things. There'll be a tractor firing up in a minute, and there'll be a marching band doing some practice, no doubt, shortly. So yeah, okay, let's get cracking with this food. This is well, I'm presuming it's a pea fritter. Well, let me just get my knife on here and take a little slice off. Yeah, it is. Now, the pea fritters that I've come across up to now have been quite round, bulky, but they're cooking in beef dripping, so let's give this a go. You know what? That's really tasty. The mushy peas have got flavour. That is really, really nice. I'm going to take another little chunk off that. There we go. JCB. I think the marching band will be shortly after that. You couldn't make some of it up sometimes. But luckily, I can edit a lot of sound out. We've got a bit of tartar sauce here, and I'm going to give that a tester. Somebody said it was in-house, and it looks quite meaty there. Yeah, that is delicious. I don't like it when it's all mayonnaise and no capers or whatever, no other pickles or whatever. Now, there's one of these missing already. Would you believe it? A black pudding fritter. So I'm not even going to cut this up. I'm going for this. You know what? I like that a lot. I do like my black pudding. It's going to come right past the truck now. It's a good job I'm in a good mood. Okay, back to this. It's done just right. And all right, well, yeah, and I like it with a bit of burn on it. So when I do it at home, I'll make them a little bit thicker than that. Let's say without the batter for a start. And I'll leave them on a low simmer in a frying pan with a bit of olive oil, and I'll just leave them. And it might take the lowest setting I can get that burner on. And it could take half an hour to cook them. I'll turn them over every now and then until they're almost crispy right through. That's how I like to do. This is delicious though. Mm. You're witnessing me eating the whole thing here. Look at them. I'm told the pies are in-house as well. So it's nice. I like to try the pies. I'm not bothered. I know Hollands are good and some of the other makes are good, but it's not the same. There's no point in me trying a Hollands pie in a chippy. It's going to be the same in every chippy. When they make them in-house like this, and we're looking at a cheese and onion pie and a meat and potato pie. So I'm going to take them from here so we get a better view of them. Move that out of the way. I'm going with the cheese and onion for that one, the way it cut. But let's see. You know, it's pretty even, meat and potato. There was a time when you couldn't call them meat potato. You had to call them potato and meat because most of it was potato, and it was misleading to say it the other way around. Crazy, I know, even though the two ingredients were in there. But this is more of a meat and potato pie. Let's go with it. That is delicious. Mm. Mm-hmm. This is the cheese and onion. Look at that. That looks spot on. Mm. Now, there is a car park right opposite, which is free for short stays. And there's probably maybe 20 spaces in there. And when we turned up, there was plenty of space. It was nearly all space. As we were leaving, it was full, obviously, except for ours. This is a park about a mile away from it. I actually forgot the name of the park. I'll mention it when I do some more of the video. But yeah, that's impressive. I like the packaging. It's all eco-friendly. I've liked everything about it up to now. So let me open this up. Look at that. And that looks really nice. They've even left a little squeeze of lemon on here. Wonderful. And I'll get a bit more salt on there so it can stick to that lemon. Normally you do that with the vinegar. Well, I would. I'm new to vinegar, really, quite relatively, only a few months. But I've been bothered with it. What I do now is, if I'm using the vinegar, I'll put the vinegar on first, then the salt. And then that sticks to it. Maybe flip it over. Oh, speaking of flipping it over, let's have a little look, see. I don't know whether you do, but I like it when food gets stuck to the paper. I like peeling it off. Let's go with these chips. They're nice, soft on the inside. Yeah. Mm. Oh, yeah. That wasn't an O. Oh. I've not given an O for quite some time. That's not to say this food isn't excellent, because up to now, it is. Not a massive piece of fish, but it was a regular. Let me cut there, as I usually do, and give you a view of it from this way. See, that looks really nice. That is a nice piece of cod. There's that type of sauce. What I like about this as well, Prestwich is in Manchester, and I don't know of many beef dripping chippies. There's Tony's, which I've rated. That's a beef dripping chippy. This is one, obviously, which we've been talking about now. Chips at number 8. And the area where the chippy's situated is quite nice too. There's some trendy little bars knocking about in there, in and around it, and some nice shops. Yeah, it's not a bad little spot at all. Okay, so it's back to the computer, where I'll look at a couple of varied reviews, often quite low, somewhere in the middle, a high one, and then mine. And yeah, see you there. Now, as you can see by that, really enjoyed it. So let's have a look at some reviews. 1 star. How can this be rated top 10 in the UK when it's closed in all capitals now? When it's closed, and it seems really upset about it, constantly dinner time on a Tuesday. It's a joke. I mean, it's not a joke. I mean, obviously, we'd like to have lunch at a chippy, but if their hours are set for 4:30 every day, we've got Tuesday to Saturday, and then Sunday and Monday are closed. So it's open 4:30 till 8:30, every day that it's open, Tuesday to Saturday, and then closed for 2 days. That's their hours. If they want to set their hours at that, then so be it. But it's clear. You go onto Google or onto their website or whatever, and you can find the hours. So it's not something to really get upset about in that. But then again, everyone's entitled to a review. 3-star. I have eaten food from number 8 several times. However, last night's serving of chips was disappointing. I ordered a small portion of chips for £2.90. Not cheap, and expected more than 1 scoop of chips in a tray. I saw a young assistant, approximately 17, 18 years old, scoop chips into a tray, not realising they were mine. I thought maybe I had only seen the second scoop, but no, very disappointing to find a half-empty tray of chips when I got home. I have to say, this is the first time this has happened. Perhaps the owner can speak with his assistant, or at least observe what she's doing. All of the food items were really good. 5-star. This one's a dine-in. Not your usual chip eater, but came based on a recommendation from close family. Safe to say, I was not disappointed at all. The food was absolutely delicious and fairly priced in my opinion. If I could give a higher rating for the service, I would. We were politely greeted upon arrival and promptly seated. Order taken quickly, and staff were very happy. Overall, a brilliant experience, and we'll definitely be coming back soon. Mine, 5 stars. Hearing about a traditional fish and chip shop in Prestwich, complete with a restaurant and bar, and cooking in beef dripping with the option for vegetable oil. Call to confirm vegetable availability. I'm not sure how that works there, whether it's on all the time or whether certain days or whether for certain foods. So give it a check, but there is an option for vegetable oil. So I was compelled to check it out. Upon entering the shop, I found myself in the bar area with access to the restaurant located upstairs. The bar was furnished with tables, chairs and stools for those wishing to enjoy a drink or avoid the stairs. It is encouraging to see young people engaged in the fish and chip shop trade, potentially leading to more traditional establishments in the future. The cod, although slightly smaller than expected, was delicious and cooked to perfection. The chips were among the best I've had in a long time. The pea fritters, black pudding fritters and tartar sauce were also excellent. In-house pies were available as well, so I sampled the cheese and onion and meat and potato varieties and can recommend both. There is parking available across the street and on street. However, the opening hours might not suit those looking for a lunchtime meal, as at the time of this review, the hours are Tuesday to Saturday from 4:30 p.m. until 8 p.m. and closed on Sunday and Monday. Cooking in beef dripping, optional vegetable oil, hygiene rating. Now, according to UK Hygiene government hygiene site, it's awaiting inspection. That's not a bad thing, that's just awaiting inspection. Cash or card, fish reviewed, cod. So yeah, what a little gem that was. And I'm pretty sure that if I'm anywhere near it, in the town or passing through, I'll be calling in and getting some more fish, getting some more pea fritters. I mean, they were really nice. So yeah, see you on the next one. This is a brand new channel for 2024. So if you like this video, subscribe, share it, like it, hit the notification bell. And if you have any recommendations in your area, put them in the comments. Thank you.